You're live. Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing today? I hope everybody's doing well. Uh, Crazy, busy, 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 but that's a good thing. It's a good problem to have. I hope everybody had a good week. It is Friday already, unbelievable. Before we get any further into this, I just want to remind everybody that this is a very family friendly oriented channel. I would ask everybody to please be decent in the chat, no racism, no nastiness, and just be kind to one another. And we'll have a good stream. And my awesome moderators that you see lit up in blue with the blue wrenches won't have to throw you out of here. And that's what we want to make sure of. So, all right. Again, any questions that anybody has, all cap locks, please, so they stand out for me. It really, really helps with doing that. Okay. So, woke up this morning, a little chilly this morning up here. Open the door and it's snowing, which it happens, no big deal. You would think, okay, so went to sleep, obviously turned off the generator, had the power off. So how was it sleeping? I slept like a bug in a rug. I'm not gonna lie, I was under all my covers, very very comfortable. Now when I got out of the covers, I was like, it's a little chilly out here today. So, but that's all right. It's part of what happened. So yesterday I have the air conditioning on. Today I had the heat on. So it's all part of it. What are you gonna do? So all right. For now, I had somebody inquire, and I just wanted to put this out here before I start. I will be talking about regular world events and other things as well. And yeah, the Ed shows up, the snow shows up exactly. Um, I will be doing regular things that are going on pertinent to the world as well. I will be continuing to do those videos. So all the videos are not just going to be about what I'm doing in West Virginia, but I did say a while ago that once I get down here, I will show you guys step by step what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and talk about all those type of things. So just I want to share that with you guys as well. So listen, and I realize that I'm not ever going to make everybody happy, and that's okay. I'm still going to do what I'm going to do, and love the shipping container. Why did you choose the size you did? All right, I will. I'm going to get into all of that. I promise you. We're going to talk about all those things. Thank you for that question. The real deal. We'll get into that in a moment. Okay. So uh, when I got up today, I called my bulldozer guy, and I had said to him, I said, "Listen, are you going to plan on coming this weekend?" And he said, "No, it's weather's going to be too cold. It's not going to be a good weekend to do that." Now, tomorrow's going to be 60, I think, is what they're saying for the high. But I get it. It's his call. And I'm okay with that. Whenever he can get down here to work on things, that's going to be just fine. So, him and I were talking, and any movement on the property sale? I haven't heard anything yet, but we'll see what happens. But so anyway, he had said to me, I was telling him I was trying to find, look at, buildings and stuff like that, and he told me of this place, and he says, why don't you check them out? And I said, okay. So I looked them up online, and I'm like, okay, I'll run over there and I will check them out. So there is so I'll tell you the stops that I had to make today. One of the things that I had to do is I had to get this little device here. I had to go to Verizon with hotspot. You only get so much, and in my program or there my not program my plan that I have with Verizon, you're only allowed. I'm at the max of what you can get. So that device there gives me extra. Once you get past and you've used all that as well, then it slows down. And I didn't want it to slow down. So I went ahead and got that today so that hopefully there won't be any interruptions with streams. Now, what we may end up doing, I may go with, now that's a month to month thing. There's no contract with it, so I can get rid of that anytime that I want to. But for right now, it's going to work. We may go with Starlink down the road. It might be more cost effective. So we'll see what happens. But so anyway, so that was one of the things that I had to do today was stop at Verizon because I was almost out of that. I don't even know what they call it, but it's not data. I have unlimited data, but it is the hotspot stuff. So anyway, so I went to this place that has the shipping containers, and I will go over every aspect of what I picked, why I picked it, and those type of things. Um, on the main road, where coming into my property, um, looking to Dish as well. Dish is very spotty, JJ. I would never go with Dish. If there's a rainstorm, anything like that, Dish is garbage. That's just from my experience that I've seen other people deal with, and just putting that out there. So, uh, but anyway, so I went to this place and I was looking at their shipping containers, and I will tell you what I paid for it because who cares? What's the difference anyway, right? I saw somebody made a comment. Oh, well, you get shipping containers for this much and this much, and brand new ones cost this much. And they were not even close. All right. I saw somebody that said that like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, they got a shipping container and they got a 40-foot long shipping container for $1,500. Um, Everybody and their brother is getting shipping containers now. The price of shipping containers has gone through the roof. Okay. Fact. I mean, go ahead and try to buy one. If you can get one cheap, that's great. I'm happy for you. Um, so, anyway, I wanted a 20-foot long shipping container to put out by the road leading into my property. Talked to the folks that I bought the property from, and they were like, "Yep, not a problem. You can do that. Not a big deal. Go ahead." So, uh, Mountain Girls have a 40-foot one on my property. Yeah, I don't know if I could get a 40-foot one all the way back in here. I have no idea, to be honest with you. Jen Boyle said 5,000 is my guess. Okay, so yeah, let's do that, guys. I will tell you what I paid for the shipping container in the comments. What do you think I paid for the shipping container? I'm going to watch those while I continue to talk about it. All right. So, um, JJ said, yeah, right. Um, all right. So, anyway, so I was looking at the shipping. He takes me out back. I wanted a 20-foot long shipping container because I want to have the number one reason I'll be honest with you is for my motorcycle out by the road. I don't want to try to drive my motorcycle back in here. It's not going to be able to happen. So I wanted to have some place to store my motorcycle, right? So that's the selfish part of me. The other part of me says it's a huge shipping container. I can go ahead and I can store a lot of other things in there as well, especially as we are transitioning from New York down to here. Okay. So, all right. I did see one correct guess early on. Let me go back to that and I will tell you who it was. Hold on a second. I want to give credit for the person that did set it right. Kyle Wingate. Kyle Wingate. 4 grand. 4 grand, and then with taxes and everything, it ended up being 4,200. So Sandhill Prepper was not far off. They're right on it as well. But yeah, they are not cheap. And if you can get it cheaper, and you got it cheaper, and you're going to come on here and be like, "Oh, well, you got ripped off. I could have got it for this much." Good for you. Congratulations. I'm happy for you. This is what I paid. So you know, but we got them a lot cheaper up here. Mountain Girl said, "Yeah, but they've gone up, Mountain Girl. They've gone up in price. They really, really have." So, um, Kyle said, "I paid 3,600 for mine several years ago." Okay, but yeah, it's with everything going up, nothing is cheap anymore. Yeah, Randy Romine said 2 years ago they were dirt cheap. It just it is what it is. You have to pay what you have to pay. So here's part of the other thought process of this, okay? And I want you guys to think about this. So I have looked in a couple different places also for having prefab buildings made, right? The shortest window to have a prefab building built was 4 to 6 weeks. That was the shortest. Another one was 8 to 10 weeks if you ordered today, 8 to 10 weeks out. So 4 to 6 weeks to 8 to 10 weeks. Well, I need to continue to make trips back and forth to West Virginia here, obviously, and I want to bring things down here because every load that I bring down here, it's that much less that I have to bring down all at once. You know, how are you going to anchor that to the ground so someone can't just roll in and take it? Uh, John, it's not something that you can just roll in and take. It's not like that. But yeah, I will make sure that it's secure. And but anyway, so I mean, it's going to be very very useful for a lot of things. And if down the road I decide to there was 1 year lead time here when I looked several years ago. Oh, Kyle, so yeah, it's it takes a while to get those prefab buildings. I needed something now, so I bought this today. They're going to be delivering it for me on Wednesday. I don't think that's bad at all. And that's part of the total amount is also part of the delivery charge. So not bad as far as I'm concerned. They'll bring it right here. He's going to put it exactly where I want it. Uh, you know, but JJ says metal wind straps and 4 foot metal stakes. Yeah, I definitely am going to make sure that it's not going to go anywhere. But yeah, so it'll be here Wednesday. So all the stuff that I have here now, and I got a bunch of stuff outside. I have a bunch of stuff under the camper, all this type of stuff. I'm going to be able to put it in the shipping container before I leave to return to New York for the next trip. So, you don't need to worry about what everyone thinks. Whispering Pine says, no, you're right. And I get, see, listen, everybody's going to have a judgment. Everybody's going to have an opinion, which is great. What I'm doing is I'm sharing what I'm doing down here and why I'm doing it, my thought process behind it. If you can do something better and cheaper or whatever way you want to do it, that's great. I'm happy for you. I'm just sharing my journey with this. Paint the exterior with rubber latex paint. Yeah, it'll definitely get painted. It'll definitely get painted. But I wanted to. Let's see. Yeah, it already has a floor in it. Yeah, and it looks solid, and it doesn't appear to be any leaks. I didn't see any water damage inside that shipping container. You know, but oh, I'm sure like a year and a half, 2 years ago, you probably could have got these shipping containers a lot cheaper, a lot cheaper. So, but yeah, it's just. Am I going to put gravel in the fresh cut? Oh, on the road. Actually, there's a lot of stone in that part right there. So I get really good grip even when it's wet going in and out. So I haven't had a problem. Thanks for asking that, Tony, because she said, "Are you going to put gravel on the fresh cut drive in the hill?" So probably not right away. Because the thing is, hey, Mountain Girl, tell Heather I received the necklaces and just love them. Great job and wishing her well in her endeavors. So excited for you guys. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate that. And I will tell Heather, I actually talked to her just before the stream started, and she's like, me and Aunt Becky are out, and so give me a call after the stream is done. So I will let her know that you got the necklaces. I'm glad you got them. Yeah, we shipped them out just before I had left to come down here. Actually, the day before, I think we shipped them out. It was that Monday, and then I left on the Tuesday. So I believe yours will have a guaranteed not to leak. Uh, but yeah, so that's thank you very much, Mountain Girl, for the donation as well. And like I said, I'm glad that you got your necklaces. So JJ's throwing the link up, guys, for Heather's website. She makes jewelry. She's knitted some hats. The hats are on there as well. And also she's I think she's going to do scarves as well. But what she has up on there right now is what she has available. I think what she's trying to do too is, like different designs that she can make for people, and that type of stuff as well. So, definitely check that out. Take advantage of that. What do we got? 481 in the chat. We're at 164 on the thumbs up. Guys, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do that to show support for the channel. And I thank you ahead of time. And thank you very much. I appreciate that. And again, also, it really does help with the algorithms. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel as well. So thank you for that reason as well. Again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. You can place a roof over the top of the storage unit to prevent leaks from snow weight. Yeah, there's definitely going to be some different things that we're going to do. You know, I think I may put some kind of a carport type of structure over the top of this camper as well, just because I mean somebody had made that suggestion, but I had thought about it as well. It's gonna make it last longer if the weather's not beating down on it all the time. So my container is bone dry, and I am in the mountain snow country. Okay, that's cool, mountain girl. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. But like I said, the main reason, I had thought about shipping containers originally, and then I was thinking of buildings. Like I said, I bought it today. They're shipping it or bringing it here on Wednesday, so that's pretty quick. And because they were like, "What day next week?" And I said, "Whatever day you're available." So you know, you can get those carports for about 1,500 uh, or at least you could last year. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, rules. Like I said, it's going to be a good addition. I'm going to be able to store a lot of things in there. And so I'm really excited. And the reason I went with the 20-footer as opposed to the 40-footer, the 40-foot one was like 6,000, but I didn't have enough room, and I'm not going to put a 40-foot long shipping container, up there. A 20-footer was going to be just fine. So. Our 40-footer has been in the elements for 10 years, no issues at all. Okay, Angry Homesteader, thank you for that information. How does Heather feel about leaving or living in the camper versus a tiny house? She has, she has, she said she would like the camper because it's got everything here. So we're gonna see all what's gonna happen as we go. But either way, if Heather wants to live in a camper or not live in a camper, we are going to buy the camper for Margie. So then Margie wants to go with something different, is what she decided. So, we're gonna have to see how it all pans out. But this will be the camper here is going to be a nice base of operations. Stove, refrigerator, microwave. All those things are in here already. So that's a nice aspect of this. So once the property sells in New York, and here's the other thing too, and just so you guys know, like today when I bought this shipping container, not that it's anybody's business, but I don't have a problem with sharing this. I put it on a credit card, okay, but I put it on a credit card with the thought process of as soon as my property sells in New York, I will pay that off. I am not going to go into huge debt to do what I am doing down here. I'm making the steps to get us to a point where we're going to be ready to be able to do what we need to do here. And so when the property sells in New York, that we can facilitate that move. That is going to be an expense in itself. If I hire a moving company, which is, I believe, the way that I'm going to go, just let them pack everything up. Start there, pack it all up. But in the meantime, like I said, I will be continuing every trip that I come down here to bring a load down on the trailer. I got a lot of stuff that I have to do. So, and that's okay. I mean, I'll do as much of it that way as I can. And, that's going to save things in the long run, I guess, if you will. Banks will not finance an off-grid property in New York because my buildings. It's a great question. Long, long live the empire. I like that. That's a great question. No, the banks will not finance it because both of the buildings are up on blocks. They're not on foundations. So the bank would not finance anybody buying the property. So it would have to be, it's going to have to be a cash deal. So that's just for anybody that's, because that you could find out if you called the realtor. So that's not like so somebody said to me, oh, well, you're sharing way too much information. So have you considered a pole barn with a loft living quarters? I have. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to do as far as buildings yet. Okay. Yeah, they are not considered a permanent structure. Exactly, JJ. So, because you can get it, pick it up, and move it. You can take it, if you wanted to. So, but yeah, we're just, like I said, I'm not sure as far as what we're going to do 100% yet, as far as getting, the, living conditions, how we're going to do it, exactly where we're going to put them, all those things. I have no idea yet. No idea. So, tomorrow, I will tell you this: tomorrow, Brian is coming down, and yep. So I like that. You're asking me, and I'm getting ready to tell you. Tomorrow, the I had one built. I had one taken down, as I had a garage built. I need it up here. Okay, Mountain Girl said, yep. So Brian is coming down tomorrow. He will be leaving. I think he told me. I think he said 4 or 5 in the morning, and he's going to be heading down here. So he will be here tomorrow afternoon. We will be working on, you know, hey, do you want some plastic bags? I have a ton of them. I will show you. Look at. I will show you from. There's a bunch of plastic bags right there. I can take them back up to New York so that they can be used. But yeah, like I said, everything is a process. We're just trying to. I'm trying to get everything squared away here. It's just, you know, I wouldn't have been able to get the shipping container and had it brought in and all that type of stuff if I was sitting in New York. So, I needed to get here, things squared away. And like I said, it's a sacrifice because I'll be honest, I don't like being away from my animals. I don't like being away from my family. I wish they could be. I wish they could be here. You know what I mean? But it's like short-term sacrifice for the long-term goal, and so that's what we're doing right now. And we're gonna work on things here. And so, like I said, today was a completely running around day. I did stop at another place that does buildings. Like I talked a little bit about that earlier, and their lead time is 4 to 6 weeks. So, are the gas prices any better here? The gas prices down here are about 409 a gallon, as opposed to 439 in New York. So yeah, they're definitely better. Still high, it's still expensive, but it is. Yeah, gas in Morgantown is 405. You are absolutely right, Zach. Because when I came down through, I'm like, why is it 405 up there, and then this much? Not that it's that much higher, but higher down here. So, and I'm like giving away. My trolls around here going, oh wait a minute, he's south of Morgantown. I'm sure they already know where I am. I don't care. But but yeah, it's I can build you a building very quickly. Well, shoot me an email, Charles, if you're not, just blowing smoke. Shoot me an email, prepperNurse1 at yahoo.com. So, Mountain Girl said I paid 417 a gallon yesterday. Yeah, it never went down in New York. It like where I'm at in New York, it peaked out at 439, and that's where it just stayed. Yeah, there's no fish in the creek. There's no fish. It's basically, I was told that it generally runs all year long, but last year was a really dry year. So, you know, but yeah, like I said, it's going to come together. It's coming together. I'm really, really happy, like I said, about getting the shipping container. And also, um, I don't know if I haven't, I don't think I put them up yet, but I did talk about it. I also picked up, you're going to love this too. And I was really happy about this. Um, So while I was there getting the shipping container, they had two 250-gallon totes, the IBC totes for water, right? And so they had a price on them, and you guys are going to love this. They had a price on them for $69 each. And so, but they didn't have the caps. Neither one of them had a cap. So they were, I said to the guy, I said, well, let me ask you a question. I said, would you cut me a deal if I buy both totes? And he says, yeah, I'll take $10 off each one. So I got two 250-gallon IBC totes with the metal cage around them for 59 bucks a piece, only because they didn't have the screw top, which I wouldn't use the screw top anyway because I will use them for rain catchment. You know, so they're going to be dialed in and piped into that through the top anyway, so I don't need a cap for those. So really, really happy about that. Again, that's something that yeah, that's a great price. Trust me, because I was looking at them and other places they were much more expensive. So I was really, really happy to get them for that price, and it's going to make a great addition that I'll be able to use here. Oh, somebody is pulling in here, guys. Hold on a second, okay? Hold on a second. Somebody's pulling in here, so I don't even know who this is. So hold on. I had somebody that said they were coming down today, and so he just got here now. So I said, I knew he was coming, but I was like, well, he didn't get here. I guess I don't know what happened, and so he just got here. He's going to hang out for about a week. We're going to work together on some stuff, and so yeah, I was like, who is that? And I remembered. Then it like came back to me that, oh yeah, that's right. Somebody was coming in today. So yes, I was expecting them. I definitely was expecting them, but I have somebody else. Obviously next week I am doing my get together with everybody that is interested in being part of the bug out group down here, and so we're going to do that. And it's not SWAT. No, it's not the SWAT team. No, they would be greatly disappointed if it was the SWAT team because I'm not doing anything illegal. So he's got a trailer with him. He's got a good sized trailer with him. So I think he's planning on sleeping in the trailer. So so anyway, getting back to what we're talking about. So I got these IBC totes. So I got two of those, and so what they're going to do, I didn't have to take them today. They're going to put them in the shipping container and bring them when they bring the shipping container. So that's going to be cool. So again, it is it's step by step by step, putting all the pieces in place and getting things organized and squared away, and it just takes time. Realistically, and the thing is, I don't expect things to happen overnight. So I'm giving an example. So like when I talked to the bulldozer guy, yep, STD, exactly, STD, step thing and day. So are you expecting a big crowd next weekend? I've had a lot of responses. Responses does not mean people show up. People will say, yes, I'm coming, and then not come. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And but it should be interesting. Yes, IBC totes are food grade. Yes. Yep. But anyway, what was I going to say? It's just so. Oh, I was talking about the bulldozer guy. He said he didn't want to come this weekend because of the weather, and so I'm like, okay. I mean, that I'm going on his schedule. He has weekends free. So if he didn't want to come this weekend, he says, well, let's shoot for next weekend. It's hopefully going to be warmer. I'm like, fine. That will be not a problem. I don't have a problem with that at all. So that's pretty much it. Um, anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm looking at. And it you have to be patient, obviously. At some point here, hopefully within the next week, the gravel guy is going to be coming back as well with another load of gravel. So, does your property have a gate up by the road? There's a gate by the road. Yes. Yep. Up by the road is a gate. You'll have to get a driveway alert. It beeps in the camper when someone's coming in the driveway. Yeah, I probably will need to do something like that because, like I said, until they're down here, I'm not going to even know anybody's here. But and well, I have Randy and Diane are up by the road anyway, so they see anybody coming in here. So, but yeah, it's like I said, I'm very excited for everything. Things are going to come together. They're coming together, and so like I say, today was a very productive day. Did I do anything physically today? Did I jump into anything? No, but I knew that I had to do running around. I had to get this, like this little monitor thing that helps me, be able to get online, and stuff like that right now. And again, so I did not bring the drone this time. I will get the drone down here, I promise, and I will utilize the drone. So, welcome to West Virginia. It's a beautiful land. It absolutely is. It is absolutely gorgeous. Um, hey, Mountain Girl, I continue to prep up here and live with some peace of mind. This is the beginning of a great journey for you and the family. PN1, stay safe and well, folks. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mountain Girl. I do appreciate that. Thank you. And you know what? And that's what it is. It's a journey. It's the next step. I had a message from somebody today, um, in the comments, and they were like they're moving from Denver, Colorado, to Virginia, and they're a family of seven, and they're downsizing, greatly to make this move because it's not cheap to make that kind of move. And of course, and again, because with everything that is going on in no, there's no landline options. I'm like too far in, so there's nothing like that. I wouldn't be able to do that. So, but again, they were, voicing their concern about in these trying times to make this move. But if you wait and hesitate and live in fear, you're never going to do anything. Nothing is ever going to come of anything. So, that is, that's part of it. You have to live your life. You cannot live in fear. If you are planning on making a move that's going to be a better situation for, did you get the chance to get your new truck tires? That's going to happen on Monday. They're going to do that for me on Monday. Yep. So I have an appointment at 9 o'clock in the morning on Monday. Yeah, JJ says it's called peace and quiet, folks, and it really is. It's peace of quiet, peace of mind, having more room to work with and do what I want here is awesome in itself. So I'm really, really happy about that as well. And again, any see, here's the thing, and I want you guys to really understand this. So when people have the dream of I'm going to go and I'm going to live off grid, right? Um, so they get all excited and they're jacked up, and then let's say 100 people move off grid, 100 families move off grid. With inside of 1 year, more than half of them, more than half, are back on grid. Do you know why? Because it's not easy. It's a lifestyle choice. It's a lot of hard work. There's a lot that goes into it. It is, it's a choice that you make for peace of mind, to be safe, and all those type of things. So, did you put any consideration into the in-ground greenhouse idea I mentioned? I do like the in-ground greenhouse idea. I have to just there's other things that have to be taken care of first, Candace, right now, because it's like, there's other priorities at the moment. We need to get facilitated down here, get things set up, get our stuff down here. And you know let's say an example of something. Let's say the property in New York doesn't sell right away. Maybe it takes a couple of months. Well, that gives me enough time to continue to get things done down here, to get things squared away, and it gives me a little bit of breathing room. If let's say that it sells right away, I'm going to be scrambling. And so I think you have enough food for the winter. Yeah, and that's the whole point. I mean, I do, if I did not put in a garden this year here, okay, and let's say over the course of the winter things blow up and it's a worst case scenario and it's crap, right? I'm in an okay position that we're going to be okay to get through it. Would I like to get a garden in down here this year? Absolutely, and I'm going to try. But again, there's a lot of things that have to be done here, a lot. So, but it will. Like I said, it's going to come together. I know that. That's just my mindset. It always is my mindset. But you know, like I said, this is a lifestyle. This is not just a prepping thing. It is a choice of freedom thing as well. I just saw you know a thing where they're talking about the electric bills for folks are going to go through the roof. They're going to go crazy. Uh, Again, that's not going to affect us because we have our off-grid system. And and I will continue to tweak it and work it and see what works and what doesn't work. And that's what we're going to do. You know, and so it's just the wife and me put in raised bed today. At oh, that's cool, Homestead, Homeboy, North Carolina. Did you use my the thing that the way I did mine? Jen says Ed, Heather, or Becky could put a few plants in buckets to bring down. What we're probably going to do, and again, it depends on how fast the property sells, but generally, yes, sir. Cool, very cool. I'm glad you copied that. That's awesome. It's awesome. It works great. If you go back and watch those videos of the raised beds, it's a lot of work, but it's well worth it. Well worth it. So, but anyway, you know working at it methodically, things will come together. And again, a lot of it's going to, like in New York, we won't put plants outdoors generally until the end of May. So, like last year, we put it in middle of May because the weather just looked like it was going to be good, enough, and it was. So we were able to do it that way, which worked out perfect. So, all those things, like I said, I'd much rather be gardening in a raised bed. Oh, it's better on your back. Overall, it's just better, period. I love the raised beds. I think that they're awesome. And, I will do that down here as well. Again, it is a slow, methodical process. If you, so, okay, the best way to describe living off grid to somebody, all right? If you want instant gratification, and have everything done yesterday, you better have a boatload of money to be able to do that. But if you are willing to go through the obstacles, deal with things, deal with going without certain things for a while, um, it works out. It really, really works out. And you just, short term sacrifice for long term gain. What we did in New York, folks, did not happen overnight. It was not an instantaneous thing, it took time. And so, that was one of the things that I appreciated the most about the time I had in New York in doing, in learning, what to do, what not to do, and all those type of things. So I'll give you an example. In New York, when we bought the property and we started up there, we did not have running water for a year and a half. I had a well, but I didn't have the money to put in to get to where I could access that water. So we pumped water in. We took interesting showers for a long time. And, we did what we had to do. I can tell you this right now, when we finally got running water and I put in the first hot water on demand unit and we were able to take a hot shower at our own place and do that, it is like such a victory. It is a huge accomplishment, and it's really it gives you that sense of satisfaction and self worth and all those type of things. So it really does make a difference. It really does. So it works out really, really well. Have you looked into earth bag homes? They are highly efficient. I did look into them, but when you do an earth bag home, what you have to do is after you have it set, before you put the doors and windows in, you literally got to let it sit for 6 months to let it settle, you know, and then you put the doors and windows in. I don't have that kind of time. So, but it was definitely something that I looked into, and it may be something that we do as a project down the road. I mean, there's no saying that we have to have things a certain way and that's it. We have enough property here. Um, uh, Ed, we are in Arizona going to build an outdoor shower. Nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all, Cassandra. And you know what? In that area, that's a good way to do it. Absolutely a good way to do it. It gets a little cold here, even in West Virginia. You know, and I love when people will say to me, you know, well, you know, it still snows in West Virginia. Well, I figured that out. I knew that when I looked at the property and stuff like that. But it is just the winters down here are not like winters in New York. It's not even close, not even comparable. So we may do an outdoor shower here as well. I don't even, you know, because we could use it for a lot of the year. So, but you know, we'll figure everything out. You know, it's going to be trial and error. The advantage that I have with this move this time is that I can look at my situation now and go, okay, I have 7 years of experience of living off grid now. I've been doing it for 7 years. I know what works. I know what doesn't work. I know what priorities are important, what has to be done, and what I've been doing with getting ready down here is to a lot of it right now is, you know, we may be on a time crunch. Once we have an offer that we accept on the property in New York, we could be looking at 4 to 6 weeks that we have to be completely out of New York. So, I mean, it can be that quick. Now, if it takes a while to sell, the beauty is I don't care. Whatever, you know, if I have to hold on to it for a few months to get the price that I want, then that's what I'll do. You know, but we'll see. I mean, you know what? I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to worry about it. When it comes together, it will come together, and that's just kind of the way that I look at it. You know, they make some amazing places out of yurts. I have seen that, but I've also seen a lot of issue with yurts as well. Different things with mold and all kinds of condensation and those type of things. Now, again, yeah, it's almost egg count time. We'll get there. We'll get there. Heather sent me that information, so I have the numbers. But again, you know what? I believe that you know, just use the creek for bathing. I don't know about that. It would be That's a long hike to walk down there, and by the time I hike back up the hill, I'd be all sweaty again. Like I said, it's you know, you were on a time crunch, and that's what it is right now. So I'm taking care of the things that I need to take care of, like getting. You do not even have any idea how huge it is to get this shipping container coming here, so that I have it here, so that I can, you know, have a place to store stuff temporarily, and even down the road. You know what I mean? So that was a great price on the totes. Yeah, I knew that too. I was really really happy to get those totes for that price, and the fact that I'm able to say, okay, just throw them in the shipping container, and when you bring that with you as well. So you know, I mean, how perfect is that? I don't even have to worry about doing it. So we'll use a hydraulic ram pump to get water from the creek. Not from the creek. I have the two different springs. So as soon as I develop those springs, then we will get the water from those. And also, like I said, in rain catchment, and we may end up having to, you know, we may end up having to do a well here. I don't know. We're gonna have to. We're all gonna see. Ended up turning an old camp into a shed, great for storage. Yeah, and that's like I said, the shipping container I'm going to be able to use. I'm imagining probably for the rest of my life. You know, the things are built solid. They're built to last, and so it was. You know, it's a smart move to have it. You know, and like I said, I'm happy that we're going to have it in here. Once it's in here on Wednesday, then I'm going to be able to start, really getting things in there and doing those type of things. So, like I said, it's all going to come together. And like I said, just today was just, I mean, when I wake up and it's snowing and you go, oh crap, this is going to suck. Today's going to suck, right? You look at it and you go, today's going to suck. And then when you call your bulldozer guy and he says, no, I'm not going to come this weekend because of the weather, excuse me. And you're kind of like, ah, geez. But everything happens for a reason. Everything happens when it should. And I'm a huge, huge believer in that. So it's like there's an old saying, don't sweat the small stuff. It comes together. And so, yeah, we'll do the egg count in just a second, guys. I will do that in just a second. But again, with everything, it's gonna be good. It's gonna take time, and I realize that, but I'm really look at Doug and Stacy's rain catchment system and outdoor shower. Yeah, all those things are possible. All that's possible. All right, so let's go ahead here. If you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I'm asking you to please do so. We got 620 in the chat, and we're at 317 on a thumbs up. So if you have not shot that thumbs up yet, I'm going to ask you to please do that to show support for the channel. And I thank you ahead of time for that. I really appreciate that. And again, it really does help with the algorithms. The more interaction, it pushes us higher up in the rankings. Also, if you are not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So, all right. So, how many eggs and yes or no did Thickneck lay today? So that is the mission for you guys. How many eggs and yes or no? So I will give you guys a moment to get your guesses in. All right. If you had the same exact guess and she got them both right, one, yes, Thickneck did lay today. And if you had the same egg count as Sharon Bennett with 9 eggs, we had 9 eggs. And yes, Thickneck did lay today. So very good day, egg-wise. Not going to complain at all. And so just putting that out there. So, but and I have no idea what the weather was in like New York today. I think they had snow. They had snow up there today too. Yep, they had snow up there today as well. So, but that's I think that's 2 days in a row that Thickneck has laid as well. So, not too shabby. So we will take it. I got the Thickneck right at least. That's awesome sauce. That's funny. Yeah, she's an awesome chick. I can't wait to have the chickens down here running around. I may think about free ranging them. I would still pen the dogs. I'm still going to put in a dog run for the dogs because I don't want them eating the chickens. So, but I think that I will. I may free range them just because I want them to go ahead and start, you know, eating the ticks and clearing up the land and whatever the case may be. But we will definitely be, doing some incubation once we get down here as well. I've heard of chicken tunnels, chicken tractors as well. You can do that as well. But if I can get them to free range, I might. I'm going to see how I may see how that goes. If I have a lot of problems with predators, then you know, then I probably would keep them more in a any chicken hawks in West Virginia. You know what, JJ? I have no idea. I have no idea. So yeah, and chickens love ticks, so they would go through and they would take care of business. So I think that's one of the reasons. We'll have to see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, um, but yeah, like I said, we'll have to. The greatest says only 176 days of sunshine in West Virginia. This person, he keeps coming up with this nonsense all the freaking time. Don't block him. Let him go ahead and have his say, and that's fine. This person, just so you guys know, and I have to tell you this, they're like, oh, you're going to get less sunshine in West Virginia than you do in New York. No. It still snows in West Virginia. I know. It's just people just kill me. They slay me. So I will take my chances. I will tell you that. How about that? Yeah, there's chicken hawks in West Virginia. Okay, all right, yep. Well, yeah, I figured there would be, but you know, here's the thing, guys, and the main thing that people need to understand in New York, especially in the wintertime, the weather sucks most of the time, and winters can be very, very long. I don't want to deal with that anymore. So it is. I found 4 ticks on my dog in the last week. Anyone have some natural remedies for anti-ticks? If somebody could help out Wendy Neal there in the comments, I would appreciate that. She's looking for natural remedies to get rid of ticks for her dogs. But yeah, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. The weather down here is going to be way better than New York. You have rain everywhere, folks. Ask the folks who live in Florida. A lot of times they get rain every day, but then the sun does come back out. The weather's going to change. It's going to do what it's going to do. It's okay, but we're going to be fine. I'm not worried about it. I'm really not. So, but he was like hammering me earlier. When I say earlier, I mean like 6 months ago, when I talked about moving to West Virginia, and or even like when I was down here last fall. You know, you only get this much sunshine. Well, we're going to get what we're going to get, and I don't worry about that type of stuff. It's going to do what it's going to do. Here's the difference. Let me give you one of the differences as far as solar production from where I'm at in New York and down here. So let's say he's right. Oh my God, only 176 days of sunshine in West Virginia. Okay, on a cloudy day, you still get sun. The difference between here in West Virginia on this property and the property in New York, I'm in the middle of the woods in New York, and I'm very limited of how much sunshine I'm going to get in a day, or cloudy cover or whatever, because the trees are blocking so much of my production. When I put my solar system up here, what is going to start happening tomorrow, all right, we're going to have sunshine or cloudy day from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 o'clock at night. I'm going to get plenty of sunshine, and I'm going to be able to charge those batteries much, much better without blockage from the trees and stuff like that. So, West Virginia is a huge upgrade geographically than northern New York. Uh, period. The end. Exactly. Prepared family. Exactly. It's a huge upgrade. Huge upgrade. And I love this area. The people that I have met in West Virginia have been nothing but outstanding. I have not had one bad experience. And let me just say this, guys. Okay, West Virginia is one of the poorest states in the country. All right, that's a fact. They have a huge drug problem. But guess what? I don't care where you go, you're going to have a drug problem wherever you go, because drugs are everywhere. People are going to do drugs. So, with those type of things in mind, you can't say, well, I'm not going to live there because there's a higher percentage of meth heads. Well, it is what it is. And I bought two of those tick keys. Sharon Barrett said, "Oh, awesome, Sharon. That's cool. I'm glad you did. Great thing to have." So yeah, everything that I have done is planned out. The location of this property here was completely planned out. When I looked at this, I can look at a piece of property, guys. Okay. When I looked at my property in New York, if you go back and watch the early videos of my property in New York, you will see that it was not pretty. It was not, it was raw land basically, once again, where I had to take down a bunch of trees. I had to do a whole lot of stuff to get it to where it's at now. But I could look at it. My mom and I went and saw it. I saw the vision of what that property could be. And guess what? It is now. Okay. When we looked at this property here, when Heather and I came down here and we saw this property here, I said, oh my God, it's off the beaten path. It's way in here. It is perfect. and I know what we can do here. And it's, again, it's going to take time. It's not going to happen overnight, but I know that this is the property for me. I'm going from 3 acres of property to 25 acres of property. It's a huge, huge difference. Number one, nobody can be close to me. You know what I mean? So where I am going to build down here in the lower meadow, nobody that I don't want here is never going to be here. I'm not going to. There's a drop off behind the camper here that goes like this. On the other side of the meadow, the front side or on this side, it goes like this. Nobody's building, and that part of it, it's all mine too. So nobody can be on top of me. And what wattage are the solar panels? The solar panels that I bought down here, I have six 360-watt panels. So that's how many panels that I have, with that. Randy Durham says we will almost be neighbors. That's cool. You know what? And the people that are in West Virginia that have reached out to me a little bit, once we're down here full time, I definitely would like to meet the other folks that are down here, especially the prepping folks, because I think it's important to network, work with your neighbors, and you don't have to be right on top of each other, but and willing to work together. So Ronnie says, I can vouch for the grade of your property. Yeah. I mean, it's like people are not going to be close. So again, you know what? There's always going to be naysayers. There's always going to be negativity. But here's the best part about those type of folks. All right. And let's be realistic. They're sitting in mom's basement. They've accomplished nothing in life. They've taken no chances. Yeah, Alan, I want to meet with you too. I gave Jose your number. I don't know if he called you today or not, but I did give Jose your number, Alan. Okay, so I'm sure you're going to hear from him at some point. But yes, I definitely would like to meet you as well. But again, these people that are always, always negative, they do nothing. They take no chances in life. And then they wonder why their life sucks, why nobody wants to be with them, why they can't have relationships, why their children hate them, right? They wonder all these things. Well, if you don't take chances in life, you will never do anything. So taking chances, and you know what? Sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't. But I will tell you this, negativity breeds negativity. If you put out positive stuff, positive comes back to you, and that's my personal experience. I'm going to tell you what I will tell anybody that will listen. I'm very, very blessed in my life, very, very blessed. But I do believe a lot goes with what you put out there too. If you're putting out that negativity and that nastiness and being a jerk all the time, that's what you're going to get back. But if you're putting out positive, I think you get that back, and I think that that's just the way it is. But and those people get the delete and block buttons from me. Not worth any of my time. I hear you, man. You know what? I do the same exact thing. I actually, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. I'll give you an example. I had a comment today. It went into my spam folder. Okay, and or dirty words or whatever the thing. And this guy's, I don't know if it was a guy or girl, I don't know, because of course they have no icon picture, they have no videos, they're just one of those people that like to be negative. And they were like, the comment was, how does this guy have 100,000 subscriber? He's a tool. Well, okay, great, good for you. That's your opinion. Awesome, thank you. Guess what? Block and delete. I went to their channel, I blocked them, deleted the comment, which nobody saw in the first place anyway, because I have certain words that are in a block list. It goes for me to review if I will let them up or not, and that's how I do it. You know what I mean? Because it's like I'm not going to deal with that. It's not necessary. So there are a lot of tool lovers in the world anymore. Again, you know what? People are always going to have an opinion, and that's okay. 100,000 tool friends, exactly. But I'm going to tell you what, from my experience with doing YouTube, 99.5% of the people are absolutely awesome. They really are. And I'm not looking for people to be like, oh my God, You're the greatest thing since sliced toast. That's not what I'm looking for. I love constructive criticism. If somebody gives me constructive criticism, great. I will take it. If you have advice that you want to share, I will read it. I will take it into consideration. And there has been many, I've had the same problem with 200 subs, LOL, Boss Prepping says. It happens, man. You're going to have people that hate you no matter what. You could, I'll give you an example, and I've said this before, and I will say it again. I could do a video having breakfast with Jesus Christ, having a conversation, and people would thumbs down that video just because they're jerks. That's just the way that they are. So you know, so you have to, first of all, you have to develop a thick skin. You, if you're going to be on YouTube and you're going to be out here and putting yourself out here, you have to develop a thick skin, because there's so many jerks out there, and they're going to try to cause you trouble. They're going to try to get you in trouble. And that's just the way it is. So you have, that's part of what you have to deal with. But again, um, you got to have breakfast with Moses, and there you go. But it's just like I said, the majority of people are awesome. They really are. And again, anybody that watches this channel knows I've made a ton of mistakes, and I'm the first one to admit that I make a ton of mistakes. But I make those mistakes, so if you watch my videos and you see, wow, he screwed that up, but then I will come on and I will say, I screwed up. This is the advice I got. I fixed it, so you don't make the mistakes. That's what I want to make sure of. Nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. So, but again, like I said, I try to be positive, and I try to put it back out there. And I think that's just the way that that's the way we do it. So, and if they want to be naysayers and hateful, I always love what I like. A lot of times when people will be like super negative about something, or like you're an idiot because you did this or that, whatever way I did it. What I love to say to them, I say, well, I look forward to watching your videos to see how it's done the right way, because there's never any videos. Yeah, they're jealous, and they shouldn't be. They shouldn't be. I'm just me. But there's always going to be that element as well. You know what I mean? There's always going to be that element that people are, they wish that they were in. Well, I don't understand why he's got 100,000 subscribers. I should have 100,000 subscribers. He's this, that, whatever. It's just like I said. I've been very fortunate. I'm diligent. I'm on here constantly. So you know, I think that's part of it too. And so like I said, it is what it is. We deal with it. But I tell you, the people that are decent, they make up for it tenfold. They really do. And I'm gonna tell you what, I've met so many awesome people through this channel that I never would have met otherwise. And so, that's a big thing for me. It's a huge thing for me. So I've met so many wonderful people. It's worth dealing with the stupidity, because it was worth it. So I still think you should do a video on beard butter. Hey, actually, I used it today. I put it on there and it smoothed it down nice. So I don't know how much longer I'll let it grow. I haven't decided yet. I may go back to the goatee. I might do that. I might shave down the sides and just do a nice long goatee again. I don't know yet. Right now, I'm just letting it grow because I don't care. So, anyway, let's do some shout outs. We're not doing shout outs because I was behind and it's 103. So, 100 a minute, hour and 3 minutes in. All right, so let's do some shout outs. Again, if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, let's do that, please, to show support for the channel. And thank you. Also, again, it really does help with the algorithms. So it pushes us higher in the rankings. And, thank you for that as well. Also, again, if you are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe and hit the bell icon to get all notifications as well. All right. So looks nice. It might be too hot in the winter, though. That's kind of what I'm thinking, Wendy. I'm thinking when it gets hot, I might want to just go to the goatee. It'll be easier to deal with. So we'll see what happens. But so anyway, again, I love it. Um, another dimension. Thank you for your opinion. It's very appreciated. So you're all right. It's fine. Anyway, all right. So we have Ryan Hall, y'all. Love Ryan Hall, y'all. Let's give him some love. Doing the weather. He's an awesome dude. We have Angry Prepper in New York City. Another really, really good guy. Very laid back, down to earth. Uh, Again, a good person. You have Alaskan Prepper. You who was an amazing individual as well. I've never talked with him personally, other than like I've gone into his stream a few times and stuff like that. But he is. I'd love to sit down and have a conversation with Alaskan Prepper. I think he's really, really just a very down to earth individual. Um, you have Doug and Stacy. I've talked with Doug in the past. He's a really good guy, very, very smart individual too. So don't let the Amish look fool you. He's a very, very intelligent individual. So also you have Kyle's Cabin up in Minnesota. They're a nice young couple up there. Let's show them some support. We have Marfugal News out on the West Coast. Good with Adam and Dax, really good people. Magic Prepper in North Dakota, show them some support as well. Wrangle Stars out that way, another good guy. You have Boss of the Swamp. I've always liked his stuff, and I think he's a good person as well. You have Green Gregs. You have Pinball Preparedness. You have there's Bear Independent. Also, you Southern Prepper One. I'm like trying to roll them through. I'm At some point, I promise you, I will get a list, and I'm just going to read down the list. But right now, it's not the day. North Shore Preparedness up in Canada as well. You have Sean James with the Sean James channel and My Self Reliance. Somebody's putting up here Mary's Nest. I haven't watched that channel yet, but I will definitely check them out. Bushcraft Bear in the Canary Islands in La Palma. East Tennessee Preparedness is another channel. Definitely check them out. 80K Man up in the Adirondacks. Bjorn Hansen, Corporal's Corner. You also have Bizarizza Jizza also in New York, and he has the channel where he does the Carrington Chronicles. Also a really good channel. You can learn a lot, and I think that that's a good thing to do. The more information that we can take in and learn, I think that that is a good thing. You have the nomadic movement down in Panama. Nice young couple down there working on stuff. I really like what they're doing down there. Canadian Prepper is another good channel. Survival Lily. You have Bush Radical. His wife, Girl in the Woods. Both outstanding channels. They're outstanding people, and it's fun to watch them. They're very, very laid back. That's another one I'd love to sit and talk with either one of them. I think that they're amazing. Ice Age Farmer is another one. You have Adapt 2030, the Economic Ninja, City Prepping. Yep, Mary Greeley News is another really good channel. We have Joe with St. Bernard Acres. So there's a lot of channels out there, guys. A lot of information, that is out there, and I think looking at different perspectives. Full Spectrum Survival is another really good channel as well. Yes, I like them too. Lumina Acres, like their channel as well. So, but you have the Needy Homesteader is another one. I did Angry Prepper earlier, Okie Forge, but yeah. So, uh, Black Creek Cabin. Did I miss the cost of the shipping container with tax and everything? It was $4,200. 4,200, and that's delivered as well. So, Diamond from the Oppenheimer Project, of course. Diamond is amazing. Very, very cool guy. He helped me out early on when I first got to the homestead. Deep South Homestead is another great channel. All right, so that's it. That's it for the shout outs. No other shout outs tonight. So otherwise, I'll just be sitting here talking for the next 10 minutes, giving shout outs. But there's a lot of great channels out there, folks. Definitely diversify, look at different things. It gives you different options, and it's a good thing to do. So there's a lot of really good people out there, really good people. So, and there's a lot of good information. So that's another thing that I think is a good thing. But all right, let us move on. I'm sorry that like this video, I will tell you today, I was out running around all day, and when I got back here, it was later, and I put this live stream up late, and I didn't look at anything today that was happening in the world. I literally paid no attention to it because I was busy living my own life. I know that's kind of weird. What a concept, right? But um, Sunday, we're going to get on to more of what's going on around the world type of topics and that type of thing. So, but like I said, this was a just quick. I said, well, I knew I was going to talk about everything that's going on here tonight. So that's why I said, well, we're just going to keep it on this and talk about the topics of what we're doing here. So that's kind of the way it just has been. 80 came in and said it'll be that way all summer, Ed. There's going to be a lot going on here, and like I said, I want to make sure that I share the journey with everybody and what my thought process is going into why I'm doing what I'm doing, and all those type of things. So it like I said, it's a process, and you have to plan it out. You really, really do, and you have to prioritize what's the priority. So like tomorrow, with getting solar going tomorrow, that's going to be awesome. It's going to be hugely awesome. So it's going to be, like I said, it's the next step of what we're doing, and we'll get there. It will all, like I said, it'll all come together. So, but anyway, guys, we have to do it. Is that time already? Time's going by. Yeah, let's go, Brandon. Woohoo! He's trying to bankrupt the country. He's doing a great job at it too. Don't get me started. All right, let's do. We are Legion. We are Legion because we are many. We are all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge network. We're a huge family. So, where is everybody from tonight? And there's Philip is in the house this evening. Good day, Philip, from Melbourne, Australia. We have Southeast Michigan. We have the 80K man in the Adirondacks. We have Connecticut, Western Iowa, Waterloo, New York, Nowhere, Oklahoma, Beech Grove, Indiana, Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Central Missouri, Somerset, Pennsylvania, Leesburg, Florida, BC, Canada, Michigan, Hamlin, West Virginia, Southern Tennessee, Ocean Springs, Mississippi, Inverness, Florida with Clyde. We have Texas, Somersville, West Virginia. I know Somersville. Mississauga, Ontario, Canada, Southern West Virginia. We have, let's see, Ulster Park, New York, Bad River, Wisconsin, Grandview, West Virginia, Northern Georgia, Bellevue, Nebraska, Texas, Cape Cod, Massachusetts, Fenton, Missouri, Washington, D.C., North Highlands of California, Western New York, Middle Tennessee, Wales, very nice, glad to have you here. Bluefield, West Virginia, Pennsylvania Wilds, Kingsport, Tennessee, Western Maryland, somewhere in West Virginia, with dang ducks and chickens. Nothing wrong with that, Morning Light. North Queensland, Australia. Deborah, thank you for being here. We have Ohio is in the house, Saskatchewan, Canada, Fallsby, West Virginia, Missouri in the Ozark, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We have Rhode Island, White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. Irene is in the house. Let's see. We have the mountains of Virginia. Jill in Villas, New Jersey. So again, we are literally all over the country. We're all over the world. We are a huge network of people. We are the ones that are awake. We are the ones that can make a difference. We got Alabama in the house with Deborah. Roll Tide. Powerful is from the Caribbean. So welcome. Thank you for watching. But again, we're a huge network of people. We're the ones that are awake. We're the ones that can make a difference now. And we are also the ones that can make a difference when the time comes. When everything goes belly up, and it will, it's a matter of time, not a matter of if, a matter of when. Okay, so the more prepared we are, the better shape that we're in, the better off we're going to be. So that's something to think about. Okay, got Southern Maine in the house with Kim Possible. So anyway, folks, just to remind everybody again, next weekend and starting next Friday, I will be doing a get together here at my property for people that are interested in being part of my bug out group in West Virginia. I'm basically going to be interviewing people and see, if we can work together, and if we can agree to work together, we will be going over all of those things. So if you are interested in that, please shoot me an email at preppernurse1@yahoo.com. Give me your phone number so that I can call you, and we will talk on the phone. And if you are still interested in coming, I look forward to hearing from you. Anybody that has already contacted me before, and you need to get more information again, um, just let me know. All right. So I talked to a lot of people, a lot of people. So, but how do we come to be a bug out group? Well, what we're doing, Charles, if you are interested in using my location as a bug out location, if you email me and give me your phone number, I will call you. I will explain everything that we're going to be doing here. And if you would like to be part of that, you can. I've had people contact me from North Carolina, Virginia, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. So a lot of people from all over the place, are interested. And it's nice to have some place that when things go belly up, that as long as you get there, you are going to be safe. And there's going to be somebody living there full time, which is me and my family. So you don't have to worry about people coming in and stealing your stuff or any of that type of stuff. So, but yeah, so that's what we're doing. All right. So just that is what we're going to be doing. It's going to be a lot of fun. But did you already eat that Reese's? It's in the fridge already. Actually, JJ, I have not. I had one. It's like I think there's 4 cups in that Reese's. I'll actually even show you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's 6 cups. 6 cups, and it's right to here. I've had one. So yeah, there's still 5 in there. So like I said, I have been busy today. I have not been sitting around eating all the goodies. Um, I'm excited about tomorrow. Again, we're going to be starting the solar project tomorrow. I will make sure I do a lot of video on that so you guys know what we're doing and how we're doing, what the thought process is, and everything like that. So I will share all of that with you guys. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited to get that part of it going, and it's going to make a big, big difference in what we're doing down here. Having our own power is going to be good. So, that's it. Again, it's just part of that process. So, all right. So, anyway, guys, I want to thank my moderators who do an absolutely fantastic job keeping the chat clean. Thank you guys for what you do. I do appreciate it. You guys are amazing. Here, stream after stream, so that everybody can have a good time and enjoy the chat. And I think that that's awesome. So, I've already had 2 Reese's tonight. Cherokee Man says they're awesome. I love Reese's. Well, I love sweets in general, but Reese's are like one of those ones that are higher up on that list. So, no, I don't. I don't want to be angry. See, I don't want to have a Snickers because I don't need to have a Snickers because I'm angry. The commercials, yeah. So, anyway, also, I want to thank all of you guys for being here. I really appreciate all the support. It's amazing. This is a great family. And that's what we really are, folks. We are a family. And that's what people need to remember. And so, we're just going to keep doing what we do. We're going to share, hopefully, learn from each other. Hopefully, you will learn from what we're going to do here. There's a lot bigger channel now than I was when I moved to the property in New York. So you guys are going to get to see it from scratch because it's raw land. We're starting out here. So looking forward to meeting you, Ed. Well, looking forward to meeting you too. So, but yeah, guys, like I said, I do appreciate everything. Remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. And as soon as we can figure that out, we are going to be in much, much better shape. It makes a big, big difference. It really does. We got to stop letting them divide us. That is the problem. We got, race, religion, political affiliation, the vax, the unvax, all these are tools to keep us fighting amongst each other over stupid stuff. So there's no reason for it. It really isn't. Okay. So if we can get past that, we can accomplish anything that we want to accomplish as a race. It would be amazing. What we could really do would be amazing if we work together. Also, remember, guys, hug and kiss the ones that you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life, so it's really important. And we tell the people that we care about every day how we feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. One step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever we were trying to do, whatever you were trying to accomplish, you can do it. Uh, you know, the only person that is going to stop you from reaching that goal is you. That's it, nobody else. Set realistic goals and then set about to making them happen, and you can accomplish anything that you want to. All right. So anyway, guys, things are coming together here in West Virginia. You'll probably at some point go, "Oh my God, he's talking about West Virginia again." But I'm going to show everything, share everything. I will still do other videos as well. And that's a great statement by the real deal. Family isn't just blood. No, it is not. Some of the people that I would lay down on a sword for, we are not blood related at all, but they are my brothers and my sisters. I will tell you that. So, anyway, have a great night, guys. I will see you all tomorrow. Should be an interesting weekend. It's going to be warmer tomorrow than today, which is going to be good. So, I will see you all later. Prepper Nurse One, out for now.